Right, I'm just going to do a bit of test footage now.
I hope you have all gotten a free drink and you have your wristbands. Do you all have a drink? Yes! So we'll have a couple more and then we'll get a bit rowdier, shall we? But thank you so much for coming. Tom is very grateful. And make sure that you have a look at the merch when you get a second, because it has been beautifully organised by Katie. And we shall get on with it. Tom is going to perform the intro.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming. So bear with me. You have all got lyric books as well, just to make sure I'm getting my words correct. I'm the scrutiny agent today, so yeah, look, grab them, enjoy them. They're yours to keep too, take them home, man. Yeah. I spent my teen years surrounded by the house of an empty space. I'm writing pages that I set ablaze. I never thought I'd outrun the Reaper schools forever. I also never thought that he would catch me to the later date. I guess I'll wait to be anointed by the consequences. Hopping fences, these highs have caused a loss of senses. Codependent on material feelings and sleep easy's got me dreaming of a past where I could drop the fences, applaud my entrance. Dearly departed. See, this is for the people that were with me when I started off. Home is where the heart is. Mine's on my sleeve, but calm over as after all my chances to breathe. It's these parts that we live, the stories we tell. Split my life into this music so my mind can excel. These hotel rooms have taught me that my thoughts can prevail. I'm caught in a spell talking to the walls of this cell, but they're caving in. I hear their papers then. See, I can hear the cries from my brothers from where we kept the pain within. Can't say it's been knocking down my door into this place I live. I never gave a shit, but right now I'm giving more than I get. I live more with regret, sit more than reflect. At these times I was treating family with neglect. Try and protect these values that we love and respect, but I lose focus when I'm focusing. Thoughts in my head, try and write new lyrics every night before bed. There's no money that can make up the time that I spent to write symphonies alone. Not a night I regret, so come and try me. My youth's not a soundtrack for Kano or Wiley, but I've been the best in this town for a while. Do my part for my family, standing behind me. Yeah, because this music's been my life since I was all in the bed frame, forget fame. Do this to relieve all of the stress day and trying to climb my mountain, getting covered in success days. But I'm looking back into the best days. How used to sound? It's my guidance I maneuver. This lucid set of visions intertwined with my future. Set the difference for me. You feel my heart inside the juicer, but my heart's turned to stone like I'm staring at Medusa. Yeah, I'm with a nervous disposition. I'm herding in a wisdom at a crowd that never listen. It's a predisposed decision when your pride gets in the way. And I know that feeling more, cause mine is here to stay. It's not a conscious one. Thoughts are intertwined with self-doubt. Self-deprecation isn't when you hear from my mouth and as I shout. See, my bottle's getting emptier. Livers in a state that we're welcome. 5 glasses in the weed that I smoke. Maybe it's harder to cope in this world that I don't trust, cause all their demons get votes. So put the knife to my throat, too busy breathing to choke. I never feared my meeting with the Reaper. I float so high that I'll never touch the sky like this again. Life is on a cycle of sinning and repenting. I've been living for the moment. My emotions never settle like a kettle. I could boil in a minute, then to settle in again. Yeah, I'm writing feelings on a page. Another one that I've spent dreaming by a stage. Somewhere I can show the world the stories that I've made inside this mausoleum cage. Yeah, so I've been living for the night time. Early morning settings and I'm sipping on this fine wine. I told you I'ma shine bright. Sit beside the limelight in retrospective hindsight. It's giving me this Einstein intellect. In effect, I'm a climb like this race ain't over. Another face to replace. That same great smoke on misplaced days fades into the nighttime sober. Over and over, I'm playing where I'm sober, but I love the way we used to love. I've been trying to bite my tongue, it's like I'm shooting glass. I used to scribble pictures when I sat in class fantasizing. Now I can't tell the truth apart, because I'm lost and confused. Boxed and cocooned in this room full of monsters. How over the moon, this inaudible tune keeps underneath, and I'm chasing my tail in this spiral of fume, yeah. Thank you. Oh.
And that's why you have to sit down when I come up. But thank you for listening to Tom, and that was brilliant. How do you feel?
Yeah, good. Ready to play the rest.
So yeah, you've got your lyric books. Tom's going to play the rest of the album, and just chill out and listen to it.
See, this track is for the people that were fucking with my last release. And since then I've been flushing out my arteries, and by now you know me. I ain't on tracks with Cardi B's, I'll be with my boys, slurring words that we can hardly speak. So don't talk, I heard you lying, we're hardly friends. I watch you turn two-faced on me, you're Harvey Dent. So fuck everybody, sights are rule locked in. For people I love to break the cages that we're boxed in.
So, hello everyone. Welcome to the section of the night where I'm going to ask Tom some questions. Woo! So, Tom, first question from me is because obviously this night has been very much about giving back to people and expressing your gratitude. I mean, not least with us all walking around with these fabulous wristbands, which have gotten me free lemonade the whole time, which I'm very appreciative of. Why do you feel this need to want to give back to people so much?
Do you know what it is? It's I think gratitude is such an important emotion to practice, because I feel without it, you ain't gonna get anywhere. Like, everyone in this room has either been a part of creating the project, or they've been supporting me from not just this one, but from like previous ones as well. So, like, who am I if I don't show that means so much to me? They're putting in all this work for me. Like, it's as simple as that, really. I don't think it needs to be complicated.
I noticed, I don't know if anyone else noticed, but when you listen to the album, there's a lot of female voices in the background. Like, they kind of build the soundscape. Why female voices consistently?
Yeah, this is actually a very simple answer. I just love the sound of them. I think they sound so good.
As you should.
They sound so... There's something soothing and there's something comforting about a woman's voice, I think, especially when they're singing in such amazing ways. That's the answer.
Oh, that's nice. Also, I heard a lot of references to Greek mythology throughout. Tell me a bit more about that. Have we got, are you trying to come for Plato or something?
You know what it is? Again, I think the references to things like that, I reference all sort of stuff when I write, because it's like building a rhyme scheme. So every sort of 4 bars, 8 bars, however it is, you want to build a new scheme, have a new sort of metaphor to talk about. Like, if I just said what I wanted to say, you know, on one of the tracks, it's a bit boring. You know what I mean? Everyone's sort of just like, I did this, I did that, and it's, if I can find a really cool metaphor, I can build into a rhyme scheme, and I can make it a bit more creative, a bit more visual, as well as, you know, listening. I think that's why I reference things like that. The Greek stuff is just sounds cool. It is cool. Like, I like it a lot. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's sort of how that falls in. But there's all sorts of different imagery that I like to use. It just happened to be one that came out a lot with this writing process.
So when you write something, do you start with the idea for the song? Do you start with the lyrics, with the beat? How does it go?
I write out heaps and heaps and heaps of notes about different kinds of songs that I would like, different sort of narratives, I suppose, stories, because like I like to listen to an album in order, you know, so I'm going to make the music that I want to listen to, so I like to build each song kind of plays off the next, and you listen from front to back, you're rewarded instead of just picking individual tracks for a playlist. So when it comes to the writing process, it's just, I write a million different narratives, and it's okay, how can I break this into chapters? Okay, cool, boom, 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 and then there each song, and then you sort of dive into it from there. So almost start at the end and work backwards.
So do you know what order they're going to come on the album?
For sure.
Always?
I like to come up with the concepts before I write the songs.
Okay.
Otherwise I get a bit distracted. Like, if I just sit there with a beat and I'm just like, okay, cool, let me think what to write, it's a bit like, this is sick, but it doesn't form a cohesive song all the time anyway.
How do you know which ones you want to release as a single? Because if you say that you have this vision before you go into a project, you think, right, okay, I'm going to do that as a single, I'm going to have that as the end. Where do you decide that?
I have a conversation with Katie and we discuss which singles and the release plans, and then I have a conversation with Jazz, and then we discuss further, and it's more just what song do we think is going to appeal to most people, what's going to be the most accessible, things like that, and then you kind of go from there. Like, some of the tracks, as you heard, they're just like really long verses with samples sort of breaking out. That's not necessarily going to be the best for a single in my eyes, because you want it to be more of like a cohesive song instead of just an extended verse, in my opinion anyway. get some.
And when you're writing, who are you writing for? Like, who do you want to hear it?
Me, really. Like, oh, it kind of depends, but I'm writing for me. Like, I'm writing the stories I want to tell, and if you guys enjoy it, you guys enjoy it, and that's the most rewarding thing. But I'm writing. Thanks. But I'm writing.
That was his mum in the corner.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm writing for myself. I'm writing because this is the music I love, and this is the stuff I love to listen to, and I think it just all stems from there, really.
And you said that you were in Australia for a bit.
I was, yes.
First of all, how long were you in Australia for?
A yearish.
And why?
Too long.
But yeah, I think it's just gorgeous, man. I think other than music, traveling and seeing the world is one of my biggest passions. So to be able to do that and have the experiences that I've had there that I feel are quite unique at times, inspire some things that I've written. Do you know what I mean? You meet millions of people when you do this kind of thing, so I think that can inspire some quite creative songs, and you can get some quite interesting perspectives from having these conversations. So that's why I love to travel, and that's why I was away for so long.
Sweet. What did you want to ask?
So I was going to ask, having been in Australia for so long,
Yeah.
and then having your engineer and all that kind of stuff in the UK, how did it work?
What a stressful process that was.
Getting this album done, do you know what I mean? Like, if you're in different parts of the world, like, it's not easy, is it?
It was a lot of back and forth. We had a lot of conversations over Zoom, back and forth, getting the right time zones at times. I remember we'd be chatting, it'd be whatever time in the morning, at night it was for me, and you'd be sitting comfy afternoon. But lots of back and forth Zoom calls and things like that. And luckily they're quite responsive on WhatsApp, so whenever I needed to get hold of Seb to do a video, I had my little GoPro. I don't know why I'm looking around, it's not here. I had my little GoPro that I was filming on, because it turns out that you can shoot in 4K, which is quite cool, I didn't know that. So I would film on these things and I would get everything sent across to Seb. In terms of everything I was doing with Michael, I prepared for being away, so I actually recorded that whole thing. Some verses I touched up upon coming back, but I recorded the bulk of it before going, so he had like a whole year to focus on getting the mixes correct and putting the effects on, and aside from all the other music that he works on as well. So it was a lot of back and forth, a lot of WeTransfers and Zoom calls, and it takes a while, but it was good. It was good. That's how we did it. Yeah.
And how do you think where you are impacts how you write and what you write about?
Like physically.
Yeah, geographically where you are, like whether you're at home with family or whether you're at work or in Australia, how does that sort of inform your writing?
I think it's all circumstantial, man. Like, it's all dependent, because due to wherever I am, I've got different things to talk about. So if I'm at work, as you know, we're doing whatever we
Working really hard.
Of course.
That's what we were doing at work.
But there was a couple of people like Madam Tussauds that I'd say, right, give me a word, boom, let me write a verse off of that. And that would inspire certain verses. Or if I'm away in Australia and I'm sort of thinking, or anywhere I'm it's, I'm thinking, right, let me get this concept out because I've got a bit of time to myself, that can inspire that sort of stuff. And say I meet someone out there that's got a certain perspective that I've then learned something off, it's like, oh my god, that's actually really cool that you said that to me, let me write something about it. That's kind of the response. So I guess it's all circumstantial depending on who I've spoken to and where I'm at the time.
And how honest are you in your songs?
Yeah, I'm quite honest, because like I said, I made the music for me, so if people want to enjoy it, and if you hear it and you can relate to something I've said, then it's like, that's amazing, because I'm not going to be here like writing horrible things in my songs, but everything's sort of a lesson. So if there's a sort of bad thing that's happened and you write about it, someone else can maybe take from that experience. So yeah, I'm quite honest, I think, in the lyrics.
I mean, on that, if you listen to Lost at Sea, that is an exploration of your relationship with your parents.
It is indeed.
So it's quite obviously a sensitive topic, but then to know that they could listen to it, or that your little brother could listen to it, how does that feel once you've released it?
I show them before I release it.
Okay.
So I don't want to release anything that they're going to be like, because it's not always about me. If I'm writing about someone else, like my family, I'm going to show them. So with Lost this year, I remember I showed my dad and I was like, just to make sure you're good with me talking about some of these things. He's like, yeah, cool, whatever, how that's going to be. But I do show people before, if it is a touchy subject, to make sure that they are okay with it.
Yeah. You also talk a lot about on the album about sort of struggling with vulnerability, and if I can get my words out, vulnerability, and speaking to people about your feelings, except you are really honest in these lyrics. I mean, I think he's honest. Do you think he's? Yeah, he is. Like, it's quite exposing in ways when you read along with it. Yeah. So, are you most comfortable when you are writing music, or is it sort of never comfortable?
No, I think, you know what it is, like, this is again just me personally, I find the most comfort in being able to make it rhyme. Like, you know, if I've got something I need to talk about being vulnerable, I think it's difficult for most people. You know, everyone's had struggles with opening up and whatever it might be. And for me, the way that I found personally, write a song, do this, do that, spend time by myself in my bedroom writing shitloads of beats, making all these lyrics and doing all that kind of stuff. So that's where I find my comfort in being vulnerable, I think.
No one else.
I was wondering why Both Sides of the Coin is a song that made the album name.
I feel like that song was a big. They're like the when you listen to the album, it's a lot of build up. It's a lot of like, there's a lot of very nice, energetic songs, and I had this big emotional moment. And I remember making the instrumental, and I was like, oh, I'm in my feelings right now. I was, you know, getting carried away with it, and they were lyrics that honestly just came out. Like I didn't even have to like try too hard with those ones. That was literally just, I've got so much to say, like right. And I think that summed up the album perfectly. You know, having that big emotional climax at the end, I think was quite a nice way to round off the story and sort of explain some of the issues that maybe were in other tracks, like Cigarettes and Whiskey. It's a fun track, but they're two things that aren't good for you. Do you know what I mean? So you kind of listen throughout the album and you know, you hear certain lyrics, like Cleaning Out My Arteries or something. I think I said that on One You Love. And it's like, okay, you've gone from Cigarettes and Whiskey to Cleaning Out Your Arteries. You know, and it's all like, it's the narrative that goes through, and I think Both Sides of the Coin was a nice end to that story.
So how did you? Oh no, go on. I'm gonna shut up. You go.
I was just gonna say, I remember back when we was in school, you used to write like lyrics on your phone and that, like years and years ago. Have you always found that that's been like quite a cleansing thing for you, with like getting your emotions out even back then? Or has it been like, as you've developed your writing and become better and better and better over the years, has it become a stronger thing in terms of being able to sort of like deal with your emotions in that way? Have you always kind of found that from way back?
I think the
Great
reason
question.
it started like that was because that was the way that I found. You know what I mean? I had some very good friends that you know, we used to put beats on and try and freestyle and stuff. And I remember coming in and showing you boys like, oh, look at me, I can freestyle. It'd be rubbish. But that's how I found it. And then as soon as that clicked, you know, like a little light bulb moment, it's like, oh shit, okay, that's how I feel good doing this. I feel better. I feel almost like therapeutic doing this. Okay, let me see if I can take it from this angle and that angle. So it really is like, it all kind of stemmed from there, like when we were first doing this kind of thing, that's when the light bulb moment happened, and it all sort of, you know, the rest is history, I suppose.
I was just going to say, like, who you spoke about who inspired you when you started, but who do you look up to right now while you're producing and still performing?
Who do I look up to right now? Depends a lot on the track. Huge influences for me recently. We had a conversation about this recently. Who else did I say? Lil Connor, Manic MC, Frankie Stew, Harvey Gunn. I think the UK scene needs a lot more recognition. Not to say I don't love the US scene, man. Like, obviously Kendrick Lamar would always inspire me, him being my favourite. But yeah, those three. I think that little niche of more emotionally driven UK rappers, I think that's what I like. That's where I want to fit in. So they're probably my biggest influences, because they do such amazing work and they empower me to feel more confident, being more vulnerable, writing these songs, doing all these things. So I'd say they're my biggest influences.
So we only have a few minutes left, which is really sad. Can I get an oh? I've always wanted to do that, thank you. So why did you want us all to sit in here and listen to your album in this way?
Because I think, like I said at the start, man, that you guys in this room, you guys have been the most connected to the music. You've either helped make it happen, you've helped promote it, you've helped me on my journey of becoming a better artist, you've been supporting and listening and sort of giving me the confidence that I needed to be able to do these things. So it comes back to gratitude, and I think, you know, what better way to do it than show you guys the product of your kindness towards me and give a little something back.
Woo! That was very cute. Love you. So what's your favourite song on the album at the minute?
both sides of the coin, I think, is the best one.
Yeah.
I think that had the most in me to get that one out. So I mean, that feels like it's the most connected to me. So that's my favourite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like people like a different variety of them. And how does it feel to have watched everyone's responses to the album?
Yeah, really cool. I was reading the book. No, it's nice to see everyone nodding along, enjoying it, and then you know, hearing from you guys that it is something that is really cool. Then you know, if I can do something that you guys enjoy because of the kindness you show me, like that's the cycle, innit? That's the one. That's what we keep going for. That's what we do.
It's so wholesome. I can't cope. I might cry.
Yeah.
And what's next?
What's next? Oh, well, as Nick blurted out earlier, we have obviously the album coming out 26th of July, and then for those, that's 26th of July, and then we are working on, so those of you that listened, we had a Wasted Days EP December year just gone. Yep. We have a part 2 to that coming, hoping by the end of the year, maybe early next week. We're going to try and get that one done quite quickly, yeah, so that's what's next. We have another EP coming soon.
Fabulous. Well, thank you all for coming today, and thank you for listening. I hope that you enjoyed our Q&A. And thank you to everyone who gave their questions. Appreciate your questions. And Tom is going to perform a track for us. And then, steady on, Toby. Just hold the enthusiasm for a few minutes. But make sure you have a look at the merch, because Katie has arranged it absolutely beautifully. There are hats, there are t-shirts. Have a look.
Everyone actually gets a free hat.
Everyone gets a free hat. And there's still some money left on the bar, although please leave Tom some because he's gagging for a beer.
Yes. But the t-shirts are paid for, but they're really cool, so you should buy them.
Yes, they're really cool, you should buy them. Take books home, ask Tom to sign it, because why not? It'll do a number on his ego and it'll look good. So, thank you all very much.
Thank you. I ain't actually performed this song before properly, so you're nice to me. Actually, you asked what was the next. This one's coming up. I got some evil habits. Mine's racing like I turn into the speeding traffic, floating down the river. I'm a streaming addict, but I've been going round in circles like I've seen the planet. See, there's no need to panic. Every step I take is like my feet are magic. I just bought a round of shots. Let me see you back it. You handle shots like you handle the pressure. You couldn't seem to hack it. And I would stretch out my hands, but you've been prone to bite. All this running out of time, now I'm sober. I've been writing about running like my toes are tied. This year I wanna see my reality and hopes alive. So I bring my brothers with me, cause they're brothers like my brothers, sisters like my sisters, and their mothers like my mothers. I barely get to see them, I've been learning not to stutter, so I'm turning off my safety. Better go and run for cover, cause there's wisdom in my mouth. No teeth removed, but I still crave sugar like I've got the sweetest tooth. My songs are like the pudding, once you eat the fruit. Now I'm coming for your neck, can you see the noose? So come and eat the fruits, and share the labels for reports. I needed time. Patience, of course, I catch a flight just to take what I saw, turn it into streams of thoughts so I can shake the remorse and now my thoughts stream. And we've made it this far, see we all dream. And I won't race to come last, it's just the pressure of the bars. Bench press and throw cards, I ain't here to just hold, I come and raise our bank glass, yeah. Cause it's my time right now. The next album drops, I'm on a sky high now, I'm trying to just breathe. Let my mind try right down, then shut up the wave, I'll have my eyes right in time out. It's like I hurt myself last year. Wonder if I went and overworked myself last year. Of course not. The vision's never been this clear. The studio I live here. Your songs they're all mid-tier resourceful. Cause I've been threading your calendar. That's why you haven't spat on my beats. Cause you're damaged. Duck dive, run high, it's part of your character. No snakes in my circle, cause I cut the diameter. You're sleeping on me. How much anesthetic you had? A scribbler, the way I brought her pen to the paddock. So stop cue, seasoning and veg in the pan, the beef sizzling. You still got your head in the sand like how could he? See, I was on my knees bleeding, so I did it by myself. See me, still breathing. Sun's getting so cold, I swerve these seasons. If you get me on a verse, I'll give you 13 reasons, yeah. Everyone knows debts, yeah, see me. I was raised up back to the deck. Before I left to try to me on my bike. See, I might not be mindful, but I kill a mic on everything. I choose a wedding ring over a girl for the night. So see, it's my heart that's in this. I lit the fire, I slip this desire. I'm required to spit sick shit until my shit retires. I flip the script and shift till my heart's desire. I admire and try, that's all that I am. Or maybe I'm just another fool with a plan. The truth of the sun, yeah, the ride to the beach, and then nothing but love into the prince of this free eye. Yeah, once again, thank you very much for coming out, man. That's everything that we got for you, so big thank you to Betty. Thank you to Katie for helping put all of this on. Thank you to all of you for coming and supporting.